Oh my god, can you believe that it has been almost 10 years since we played San Andreas, and I couldn't be any more excited about Grand Theft Auto 5. I was a little bit disappointed with Grand Theft Auto 4, to be honest. It had its moments, but overall I was pretty disappointed with it. But San Andreas has remained in my top 5 games of all time, and even now I can throw it in my PS2 and enjoy myself. I mean, graphically, yes, it has dated quite a fair bit in the almost 10 years that it's been out, but gameplay-wise, there's still so much to do, and it's still a whole bunch of fun. And my game save is pretty good. I think I got up to about 98 or maybe 99% completion, which if you've played the game, you'll realize there's a huge amount of time sunk into that. But all this has basically made me really hyped and really excited about Grand Theft Auto 5. And from what I've seen, it's going to be a bit of a throwback to the original San Andreas. Obviously, we have the Los Santos area from the original San Andreas game, and it looks like a lot of the gameplay mechanics are returning. And this is what's got me really excited about Grand Theft Auto 5. I think that's what Grand Theft Auto 4 was missing. You didn't have not even half of what you could do in San Andreas. Like, for instance, there wasn't really you couldn't own property like you could in San Andreas. Then, of course, you had the customization. So everything from hair to tattoos to your body type, so you could be fat or thin, or if you worked out, you could be muscular. You could learn different fighting styles. I think there was 2 or maybe 3 different fighting styles that you could learn. And of course you had the clothing as well, so you could dress your character in whatever you wanted, or you could dress them in the least amount of clothing that you wanted, like I have here. You also had vehicles which you could customize as well, so pretty much every vehicle, well, not every vehicle, some vehicles like police cars and ambulances and a couple of other unique vehicles couldn't be customized, but pretty much everything else could. And then there were specific vehicles like lowriders and tuners that if you took them to certain garages, you could do really specific tuning to them. So the lowrider garage, you could give them hydraulics. Well, I think you can give them hydraulics at all of them, but there were specific paint jobs, and there were certain bumpers and things that you could do to it, which was really, really cool. Now, the thing that made the customization really cool was the huge variety of vehicles that you had. And then there were really unique vehicles like hovercrafts, and of course we had the planes. There was lots of different planes, the Harrier jump jet being one of the highlights of the game. You also had trains which you could ride on, or you could drive, which was kind of boring, but it was possible. I mean, that was one of the great things about San Andreas, was finding a unique vehicle and then getting it back to your garage and putting it in there so you could save and have it forever. Arguably, one of the biggest things about a Grand Theft Auto game is the music and the radio stations. Ever since Grand Theft Auto 3, the music was one of those standout things. You could jump in a car and you had a couple of different radio stations to choose from with different styles of music to listen to. And for me, the music in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was the best of the lot. It was the most eclectic. And because the game was set in 1992, which at the time was almost 10 years in the past, you had a really good collection of like classic hits. So I'm not talking about really golden oldies. Well, I guess this is for some of you youngins out there. To give you an idea of the huge scope, there was everything from Kool and the Gang, George Clinton. You had like cheesy pop hits from Bobby Brown and Boyz II Men. Then there was artists like Billy Idol and Toto. You even had some David Bowie and James Brown in there. And then, of course, the game having the whole hip-hop vibe. You had a whole bunch of awesome hip-hop tracks from artists like NWA, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Tupac, Cypress Hill. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. And that, again, is something which really disappointed me with Grand Theft Auto 4. Of course, there was some good music in there, but there was definitely not the amount of memorable hits that you had in the previous title. So one of the things I'm definitely hoping with Grand Theft Auto 5 that it has at least some of the scale that San Andreas had. And I don't think this is a pipe dream. If you consider how big that Red Dead Redemption was and the amount of side missions and little bonus games and ridiculous amount of non-mission related stuff that you could do in that game, I have high hopes that Grand Theft Auto 5 will be very much the same. In San Andreas, you have over 187 different objectives in total, which are required for 100% completion of the game. Now, at the time, San Andreas was absolutely gigantic, not just only in the amount of things that you could do, but the map size was just huge. Like, it was much, much bigger than Vice City. Now, from what I understand, Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to have the largest map in Rockstar history. But if you do a bit of Googling on map size, you can see that pretty much all the previous maps fit into the Grand Theft Auto 5 map, which is absolutely gigantic. I mean, it's much bigger than the Red Dead Redemption one, which is scary because that was a huge map. So all up, I have really high hopes for Grand Theft Auto 5. It's apparently coming out in September 17th. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again. And that release date kind of sucks actually, because I'll be traveling. I'll be overseas. I believe I'll actually be in the US at that time in New York. I've never been to the US before, so this is going to be exciting. But yeah, it should be awesome. I'm highly looking forward to this game. Let me know what you guys are feeling though. Are you feeling psyched for it? I'll find it hard to believe that anyone who's into gaming is not psyched for this. It's probably going to be one of the biggest releases of the year. And at this stage, I can't see how it's going to suck, but you never know. But yeah, let me know what you think. Are you going to get it? What are you looking forward to? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Alright, see ya.